Solana spent the week expanding institutional access, strengthening governance, and posting record network reliability as capital markets, payments, infrastructure, and AI settlement all advanced at the same time. Today is July 17th, and the signals from the last 7 days show a network that is accelerating structurally even while price remains stable. This week was defined by a coordinated institutional movement across multiple sectors. Payments scaled, governance activated, regulated custody expanded, ETF flows flipped positive, and capital markets infrastructure advanced in Japan and Europe. The chart stayed quiet, but the ecosystem did not. Solana's forward momentum came from structure, not speculation. Solana's structure this week was defined by stability. Price traded inside a controlled range while network reliability hit a major milestone with Epoch 1000. June closed with 3.77 billion non-vote transactions, the highest user-initiated activity ever recorded on the chain. There was no structural breakdown, no cascading liquidation, and no trend failure. Instead, the chart showed steady participation and consistent throughput. Volatility stayed muted, and the market remained orderly. Flows showed a clear shift. Solana ETFs recorded $5.75 million in net inflows, while Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs saw outflows. This is rotation behavior. It shows institutions are not just watching Solana, they're positioning into it. On-chain positioning reinforced the trend. Payments activity expanded through MoonPay's zero-fee WSOP integration. Lending infrastructure strengthened as Morpho launched on Solana through Sunrise. And tokenized assets accelerated with Wisdom Tree integration and Backpack's tokenized Robinhood shares. These are definite utility flows and settlement flows. Positioning leaned constructive. Institutions saw multiple major developments this week. Clearstream, owned by Deutsche Börse, added SOL to its MiCA-licensed regulatory custody offering, enabling European banks and asset managers to hold SOL in compliant accounts. Morgan Stanley updated its SEC filing for a spot Solana ETF with staking provisions, and E-Trade launched spot SOL trading for retail customers. SBI Holdings partnered with the Solana Foundation to build Japan's first on-chain financial market. Now, none of these headlines move the price immediately, but every single one of them remove friction for institutional adoption. So that's the structural work that sets up the next cycle. Sentiment stayed steady and constructive. Solana activated its first formal chain governance system, allowing validators with 100,000 or more SOL staked to submit proposals and pass votes at 15% stake participation. AI infrastructure advanced as the Linux Foundation launched the X402 Foundation with Solana as a founding member, enabling USDC on Solana to power AI agent payments. Developer activity remained strong, throughput stayed consistent, and the ecosystem continued to expand across DeFi, payments, and capital markets. This was a sentiment profile defined by confidence, not hype. The forward outlook for Solana is defined by three forces: institutional access expanding, governance maturing, and utility flows accelerating across payments, lending, tokenization, and AI settlement. If macro conditions remain stable, this kind of structural alignment often becomes the foundation for the next expansion phase. The market is not trading yet, but it's definitely preparing. The next major shift will come from liquidity and institutional positioning, not headlines. The Morgan Stanley ETF remains the biggest near-term catalyst. If approved, it would place Solana directly inside regulated capital markets and accelerate institutional allocation. Now, if you want a clean framework for reading weeks like this without getting lost in the noise, that's exactly why I wrote Understanding Crypto, a clear guide for new investors. It shows you how structure, flows, and sentiment fit together so you can read the market the same way institutions do. Of course, I'll put a link up for you. And please, follow for full breakdowns and tell me what stood out to you this week. Your take helps shape what I cover next, so please stay locked.